Metabolism is probably one of the most misunderstood concepts as it applies to health and fitness in general. I mean, are there ways to speed up your metabolism? Or do skinny people naturally have a higher metabolism? I'll answer these and more right after I define what metabolism exactly is. Well, our body requires nutrients to function, and we get those nutrients through the food we eat. However, most of the nutrient content of the food we eat needs to be digested further for our body to be able to use it. Enzymes like maltase and amylase break down the complex carbohydrates in our food into simpler ones, namely glucose. And proteases break down proteins into amino acids, and lipases do the same for lipids into fatty acids. Your cells then combine glucose with oxygen to produce ATP, the body's so-called energy currency. And then your body then uses that ATP, along with the essential building blocks provided by digesting food, to build all sorts of tissues like muscle and fat tissue. Those processes that result in the breakdown of molecules together, they're referred to as the catabolic reactions. The chemical pathways which then use those broken down molecules to then build tissue, they're the anabolic pathways. The catabolic pathways and anabolic pathways together form your body's metabolism. Metabolism is the combination of those pathways that your body uses to stay alive and perform essential functions like breathing and digesting and repairing itself. But metabolism isn't really the amount of calories you burn. Your metabolism is going to be the same at rest versus if you're walking around. A better measure for that would be your TDEE, or total daily energy expenditure. There's multiple components of your life that contribute to your TDEE, so let's break them down. So the obvious majority of your TDEE comes from your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. Now, the BMR is the energy you burn by default, say if you were sedentary, and makes up about 70% of your TDEE. All of the calories you burn in a day, 70% of that comes from just your BMR. Those are the calories you burn just by existing. Your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT, represents 15% of your TDEE. That part of your TDEE corresponds to the energy burned through everyday, almost unnoticeable activities like fidgeting your legs or walking around. Because of this, the easiest way for most people to increase their metabolism is to just get up and go for a walk. On the other hand, an average of 5% of your TDEE comes from exercise activity thermogenesis, or EAT. This tiny percentage probably seems basically negligible, but the problem is that most people's EAT is zero. So most people can increase their energy expenditure simply by committing to 15 to 30 minutes of exercise every day, which would increase their EAT. But that last 10% of your TDEE, it comes from the thermic effect of food, or TEF. So to understand this, it's good to note that the digestion and metabolism of food requires energy itself. And different macronutrients in your food require different amounts of energy to be digested. Digesting a fat-heavy diet, for example, will expend less energy than a protein-heavy diet because the thermic effect of fat is a lot less than that of protein. So eating a fat-heavy diet will then cause you to burn a few less calories than a protein-heavy one. Not a massive amount less, but a significant amount for sure. So that was a lot of information, and it's probably hard to contextualize the TDEE, especially the fact that BMR isn't exactly static. It's based on so many different factors, your physiology, your body composition, so I want to demonstrate it practically. Take a 19-year-old, 5'3" female, weighs 130 pounds, doesn't really exercise at all, and she'll have a TDEE of about 1,601 calories. This means that to maintain her weight, she'll have to eat 1,601 calories every day. Now, take a 5'9" male instead. He's also 19 years old, also 130 pounds, and also basically sedentary. Their maintenance will instead be 1,914 calories. There are many reasons for this, most of which stem from the fact that he's a dude. Men on average have higher energy expenditures because they tend to have more muscle and bone mass. So he's 6 inches taller and a little bit more muscular, and these tissues require lots of energy to function. Now, although there aren't any real ways for her to increase her metabolism, she can increase her energy expenditure, calories burnt. Right now, all she does is sit on her couch and scroll through Instagram Reels, kind of like most of us. But if she just goes to the gym and lifts some weights for 30 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week, her TDEE automatically jumps to 1,954 calories, which is now way more than the guy. Metabolism. It's the combination of the catabolic and anabolic pathways that your body uses to keep itself alive and perform essential functions. Now, you can't change your metabolism, but you can change your TDEE, your energy expenditure, by doing things like getting up and going for a walk, or just exercising more every day, or focusing on eating a diet that emphasizes protein and carbs over fat. And most importantly, skinny people don't naturally have higher metabolisms. If you have any more concepts you want me to break down, let me know in the comments below.